Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamudirayat Ashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavatanaishtiki Hari Om Tat Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gnananjanajakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaः Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yatkrupaattamam vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Iswaram Vancha kalpatarubhasya krupasandubhayevacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय माचार्य दास ठाकुर की जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री चैतन्य मनोविष्टम स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकम् रूप गोस्वामी प्रभुपाद की जय प्रभुपाद की जय गौर भक्तों की जय रीडिंग फ्रॉम श्रीमद् भागवतम कैंटो 5 कृष्ण क्रिएटिव इम्पेटस चैप्टर 1 एक्टिविटीज ऑफ महाराज प्रियव्रत वर्स नंबर 32 to 34 जम्बो प्लक्ष साल्मली कुश क्रौंच शाक पुष्कर संज्ञास्तेषां परिमाणं पूर्वस्मात् उत्तरयता संख्यं द्विगुणमानेन बहिः समन्तता उपक्लृप्ताः जम्बूप्लक्ष सल्मली कुश क्रौंच शाक पुष्कर संज्ञात् तेषां परिमाणं पूर्वस्मात् उत्तरो यथा संख्यं द्विगुणमानेन बहिः समन्तता उपक्लृप्ताः toward Jambu, Plaksha, Salmali, Kusha, Krauncha, Saka, Pushkara, Sangna, known as Tesham of them, Parimanam, measurement, Purvasmat, from former, Uttara, the following, Yata, according to Sankyam number, Dviguna, twice as much. Manena with a measure by outside, Samantha the all around, Upaklipta produced translation by Drivange Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Sri Prabhupada ki jai. The names of the islands are Jambu, the Plaksha, Salmali, Krauncha, Saka, Pushkara. Each island as large as the one preceding it, and each is surrounded by liquid substance, and beyond which is the next island. Repeat. The ocean and each planet. Please repeat. The names of the islands are Jambu. These are the 7 islands which are created by Maharaj Priyavrat when he saw that daylight timing is less during the winter. He didn't like it. So he ran behind the sun god with his chariot, wonderful chariot, because he is such a great devotee. He could do wonders just like the Supreme Lord, as powerful. His pure devotees are also as powerful as the Supreme Lord. So he could do that. He created holes running behind in the earthly planet. It's called Bhumandala, and it created 7 oceans, 7 dvipas, 7 islands. These are the 7 dvipas, and then he has given it to 7 of his children. Um, Out of 10, three of them became anyway renounced Paramhamsas. The remaining seven of them he has given to them. And then these seven islands and with oceans, each one. So mostly we know only Jambu Dvipa with salt ocean, but there is a honey ocean, liquor ocean, yogurt ocean. And so like that there are seven Dvipas and it has islands as well in it. So that is what is being described here. But Maharaj Priyavrata will very quickly come back to his original consciousness. What is the goal of life? Uh, so we'll see that in few verses. And so now that is being described here further. So Charo Dekshurasoda Suroda Grutoda. These Uda means these oceans. Kshiroda, Dadimandoda, Sudoda, Sapta, Jaladaya, Sapta means seven oceans. Sapta, Dvipa, Parika, Ivabhyantara, Dvipa, Samana, Eka, Akasera, Yatanu, Purvam, Saptashu api Bahir, Dvipeshu, Pratak, Parita, Upakalpita, Teshu, Jumbu, Adishu, Barhismati, Patir, Barhismati is wife. So he has given to seven Dvipas, seven islands to seven of his children, create seven islands, about seven islands, seven oceans. That is what is being described here. With the Chara, with the case, salt ocean all the way from so pure water ocean like that, yogurt ocean. So we are not able to see because we are not perfected souls. We can't see it, but otherwise it is there in Bhumandala, in earthly planet. It's not even heavenly planet. So higher um, benefits are there, higher enjoyment is there in others than what we have right now in Jambudvip and seven continents. What we don't have, they have it. The rest of the planet, rest of the island, they live longer also. So in these places, so that is what is explained. Patir anuvartana atmajan, that is his sons. The names are mentioned. Agnidra, Eva Idmaja, Jihva, Ignabahu, Iranyareto, Gruta, Prashta, Medatiti, Vidhihodra, Sangran, Yata, Sankena, Aika, Asmin, Ekam, Evadi, Patim, Vidade. Not read word to word. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The seven oceans respectively contain salt, water, sugarcane juice, liquor, clarified butter, milk. Milk ocean we know because Lord Kshirodaka Sai Vishnu, Paramatma is there on the milk ocean. That we know, salt ocean. But other oceans we never heard of. The emulsified yogurt ocean. You just go and don't need to buy, go on ShopRite and Costco and buy. You can directly go there and get it. Sweet drinking water. All the islands are completely surrounded by these oceans, and each ocean is equal in breadth to the island it surrounds. Maharaj Priyavrat, the husband of Queen Barijmati, gave sovereignty over those islands to his respective sons, namely Agnidra, Idmajjihva, Jignabahu, Hiranyareta, Gritaprashta, Medatiti, and Vidhihotra. Thus, they all became kings by the order of their father. To repeat, the seven oceans respectively contain salt water, sugar cane, juice, liquor, clarified water, milk, emulsified yogurt, and sweet drinking water. All the islands are completely surrounded by these oceans, and each ocean is equal in breadth to the island it surrounds. Maharaj Priyavrata, the husband of Queen Barishamati, gave sovereignty over these islands to his respective sons, namely Agnidra, Idma, Jihva, Ignabahu, Hiranyareta, Gritaprashta, Metatiti, and Vidhihotra. Thus they all became kings by the order of their father. But Maharaj Priyavrata will realize very quickly, because this is not in Kali Yuga, this was in, as far as I know, this is in Satya Yuga, that's why he could live 11 Arbudas, that means 11, I think, crores of years, 1100 crores of years. He was living such a long time, he was ruling. But in his time, in our time, which means it has to be in months and years. In his years, we quickly realized how much. So, what is the span of life? However long it is, death is imminent. So please pay attention. This should be supposed to be the reflection of Srila Prabhupada Tirobhav yesterday. Very important reflection one supposed to have. One should supposed to offer the gratitude and submit, and the one supposed to have a reflection also. If you look at we looked at the Damodar Leela the last 3 months, and the other day, a few weeks back, we mentioned that consciousness is equal leads to compassion leads to cooperation. Now we are going to look at now the same C in a different way. Mr. Prabhupada, his whole life, if we look at a few things stands out pretty much. And the first one is the chant and fight. Chant the holy name and fight. So this is the instruction from Lord Krishna himself as well. If you look at in the 8th chapter attaining the Supreme, he is saying the same thing. Tasma, therefore, Sarveshu Kalesu all the time. Tasma Sarveshu Kalesu Mam Anusmara Vidyacha. Anusmara means think of me and also fight. Both. Chant and fight, Prabhupada said. In the last final days, final lesson. Chant and fight. तस्माद स्मरेषु कालेषु माम अनुस्मरेत mayarpita manobuddhi, but your mind and intelligence has to be focused on me. Mayarpita manobuddhi, you should be offering to me what you are going to do. This fighting is for me, not for you, for me. Mayarpita manobuddhi mami, why says it? Asamsaya, then you will come back to me without fail. We're all 40 plus, maybe at least I'm 40 plus, so close to getting to 50. So we don't have much time. Those days are gone. 100 years living, 80 years living, even 70 years is doubtful. So our time is limited. So Prayavara Maharaj, Priyavrata is remembering. He could realize it very quickly. So that's the Prabhupada make sure to emphasize from the beginning of his life, his last breath, always chanting the holy name and fight. That is the first C. Next C is consulting the books. Consulting the books. And all these C's has to be done with another C, which is consistency. Every day we have consistency, because otherwise we know that we will fail. We will fail in maintaining ourselves, basic necessities. If we don't go to job consistently, we'll fail. They will remove us. We don't get the paycheck, we'll have problem. We won't be able to maintain ourselves, our home, our mortgage, and whatever we have, we can't able to sustain it. So that we are doing consistently. Eating, sleeping, whatever we have to maintain ourselves, basic necessities, we have to do consistently. Otherwise, body will fail or these resources will fail. We won't be able to have it. Then that means we can maintain ourselves and the basic necessities and the basic even happiness to even to live will be a problem. Then we can't do anything. So now the same consistency has to be applied, because this that's why Bhagavatam is describing that we will describe further as we read two more verses. I have to read, but I am going to give you the gist before itself. So first is chanting of the holy name and fight. Whatever you may do, any work, business, whatever, home, housewife, whatever the case may be, our occupation duty right now. Our original occupation duty is servant of Krishna, Jiva Surupa Nitya Krishna Das. So to come to that, from this material occupation, current occupation to the original occupation, then we have to first apply this principle of chanting and fight consistently. Consistency has to be there. That means every day. It cannot be here and there. We have to fix it. We have to keep fixing it. Time may be we are going up and down, sometimes early, sometimes late, sometimes whole day we are chanting. So this has to be fixed consistently. And then the consulting with the books, that means Srila Prabhupada's books must be read, thoroughly read, scrutinizingly reading. So all our problems, everything is referred. How to resolve our problems. Throughout Bhagavad Gita is always giving solution to all the problems. Arjuna has problems and Krishna is giving solutions. Throughout Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter is all talking about the perfect questions and perfect answers. Lord Prabhupada has given the summary in that small book, Perfect Question, Perfect Answer, to Bob Cohen in Mayapur. That is printed as a small book. Wonderful answers and wonderful questions. So all leading to the same, leading. What is the goal of life? So that's why these things has to be done, because the chanting of the holy name has to go on with the continuously also hearing. So continuously hearing, chant and fight, consult the book, that means reading scrutinizingly, and then the third one is the consulting the book, the continuously hearing, hearing the transcendental message of the Lord. This is mentioned in 12th canto at the end. 12th canto and last verse also the same thing. Nama Sankirtanamasya Sarva Parapa Pranasanam Pranamo Dukka Samatan Namam Harim Param. One who is chanting the holy name, he can remove all his sinful, however sinful activity, he has bags and bags, everything can be nullified. So that's why That is the first and foremost priority. Prabhupada emphasized till his last breath, even in the last sixth volume, volume 6 after Prabhupada's Uniting Two Worlds, that is titled Prabhupada Lilamrita. In that book, if you look at read final lesson, chapter 6, I think, chant and fight. There is so much opposition. Prabhupada said, what to talk about us? When Krishna, from the beginning of his birth, from Putana to Trinavarta to Agasur to Bakasur to so many demons, even he had to fight with Kaliya. So danger was there, imminent. At any time, danger was there, but he was not going back. He was constantly showed that fighting. Always stayed ahead. So this is what Prabhupada also, his whole life, he also, so much opposition even to Prabhupada in his whole life. It was not easy at all. While being Grahastha, it was not easy. While after that, also taking sannyasa, so much opposition in India. He couldn't establish. Then he said, anyway, my Guru Maharaj has given instruction to go and preach in the Western world. So let me do that there. Then after that, when Rukmini Dwarkadish and deities instructed, go and preach in India. So then Prabhupada again came back and set up. Naturally, it worked very well because people followed the Western. So from New York and all the wonderful LA, San Francisco, London, everywhere, it already, this Hare Krishna movement has spread, chanting of the holy names and Kirtan album. So all these things are mentioned. Even the verse is there in 12th canto describing how this in this age we're limit, our age is very limited, maximum 60, 70 years. That itself is great difficult to live to that long. And that one can actually, everything else will destroy dharma, truthfulness, austerity, charity, cleanliness, everything will be become weak and weak day by day in Kali Yuga. Only thing and which can survive is Sankirtan. So that was also mentioned in 12th canto, last chapters. So there is so much emphasis is given to chant the holy name and fight. See, second, consulting the books, reading the books. So which that's the third chapter ending, fourth chapter ending. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is emphasizing transcendental knowledge. Then how will you get transcendental knowledge? Only if you consult the Vedas, Upanishads. That is the essence is in the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. एवं बुद्धे परम बुद्ध संस्तभ्य आत्मान आत्मना जय शत्रु महाभाव काम रूप durasanam. This anger, lust, greed, all these things cannot be contracted without having a proper transcendental knowledge. So that's why Prabhupada established Srimad Bhagavatam in the morning, Bhagavad Gita in the evening. Every day we have 6 to 7 moments. This will not stop for any program, any festival. This will not stop, whether you like it or not like it. This is the program of Srila Prabhupada, and this is the program as followers of Prabhupada. This is what will continue. It doesn't stop for anybody. In the evening also, these classes will go on as much as possible till my last breath. This is my process because this is what Prabhupada has given. This is what we will try to follow. That's what this is our reflection. We submit our frailties, our shortcomings to the Acharya whenever his appearance, disappearance is there. So, Divine Masters, Rupa Goswami's disappearance, Prabhupada's disappearance, or some of spiritual master might have left. Prabhupada Disappearance, some of them left, Bhakti Char Maharaj and Kadam Khan Maharaj, many of them we submit because that is our reflection because they want us to stay the course and fight till the last breath. So material energy is insurmountable. Karma is generally insurmountable. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Durate, insurmountable. There is no way you can contract your karma, our karma, ordinarily. Ordinary course is not going to work. Only course will work is if you follow the prescription of the acharyas, then all that is the only way it can work. That is the only medicine. Nothing else can work. All the Puranas, Bhagavad Puran, that's the last verse is chanting the holy name is mentioned. Bhagavad Gita throughout Krishna is mentioned. Satadam Kirtan Tomam verse, many verses. The transcendental knowledge are chanting. Here, chanting. These regularly. Seventh chapter beginning, eighth chapter, ninth, 11th. Everywhere, Tatsrunu, here again. Bhuyev Mahavahu, I am again speaking to you. O Kaunteya, O Bharata is giving that, is reminding him, Baba, you came from the great dynasty. All your dynasty has followed. Consistency was there. Their whole life was consistency to follow the sadhu, shastra, and guru, serving the Vaishnavas. Vipra, Dharma, Achyutashraya. Always taking shelter of the Lord, always taking shelter of the Dharma, of the Shastra, and always taking the shelter of the Vaishnavas, serving the Vaishnavas. We offer obeisance regularly. That is, Nama Sankirtanam is Sarva Papa Pranamo Dukkadam, Pranamo. Offer obeisance to the holy name, offer obeisance to the devotees regularly. While chanting also, as we see devotees, we offer obeisances. When the curtain is closed while doing Gayatri, if the curtain closes, then again we should offer obeisance also. It is very important to offering obeisance is a very important activity. That means we are giving up our false ego and taking the real ego is identifying with the holy name, identifying with the Supreme Lord. This is what it represents. Offering obeisance, that's what it represents. It's not just simply body bowing down, but actually giving up our own ideas and thoughts, submitting to the acharyas and the lords and shastras. Essence. So that's why these four things are very important. Chanting and fighting, consistency. In all these four things, consistency C is very important. Fifth C. So the chanting, the fighting, consulting the books, scrutinizingly reading consistently every day. So 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but minimum you keep it. Minimum has to be okay. One round chanting. I'm going to wake up at 6, whatever time is that, but consistency at least minimum. If we can do before, great. But at least if not, at least worst case, at least we should stay consistent every day. I'm going to wake up at this time. Every day I'm going to chant. This minimum one round minimum reading like that. So somebody's initiative definitely 16, proper expected. So you cannot postpone this chanting to the next day, next day, next day. This will pile up. It will never, you'll never be able to finish it up. So that's why we can't postpone. Same day it has to be, no matter what. Even if we sleep less, also we have to. So this is throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. This is stressed very much. The essence Parivas Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam is 7, 5, 23, 24. There, same thing. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Mandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu. Only way you offer all these Navavidha Bhakti at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu directly, not there, second, not indirectly. Iti Pumsarpita Vishnu, Bhagavad Chet Navalakshana, these 9 limbs, 9 angas. Bhagavati Addatan Manya Aditam Uttamam. This is the most important because this human life is very rare. After so long period only we can get. And that's why before it falls down, because we don't know when. Because as I told, 40, 50 years means we don't know when, how long that is. In Kali Yuga, nothing is certain. After COVID, it's not even, nothing is certain. So that's why we can't think that I'm going to live so I can let my energy. I still need some many things to be worked upon to maintain, to, send my kids college. So many things. We have so many obligations for sure. That is there. But at the same time, we can't give up the consistency on these process. Chanting and writing, consulting books, consistently, continuously hearing, consistently. And last one is cooperation with the devotees, cooperation with Acharya's instruction. That is the key. That should be the reflection. You have instructed, oh my beloved Acharya Srila Prabhupada, spiritual grandfather, preeminent Siksha Guru. So you have given these many important instructions, but I tried my best. I failed so many times throughout this year, throughout the last many years. Please help me. I submit. My life is meant for you. You have given your life for us, but I was not able to repay the debt. Hey, we will never be able to repay your debt. That purpose, told it, Lord is telling. Who can never repay the debt of the spiritual master. It's not possible. You can repay a debt to your father and everybody else, but not to the spiritual master. It's not possible for what they have given. So then we have the only way you can is by following his instruction. That is the only way you can repay the debt as much as possible. You can't completely, but at least you can satisfy them, you can please them. By that, naturally, Lord is pleased. By that, immense blessings will come. That means responsibility has to be taken. So these are the four instructions: chanting and fighting, consulting books, that is, continuous reading, continuously hearing, Sravanam, Kirtanam. Reading also has to go on. The fourth one is cooperation with his instructions, following his instruction. That is the key. So because that is the only way one can actually please. Bhagavat prasada yasya aprasada nagati kutopi. And consistency has to be there in all these four things. Consistent, you have to put that word consistency. Chanting has to be consistent, reading has to be consistent, hearing has to be consistent, and cooperation has to be consistency. This is the instruction. We will see that Maharaj Priyavrata has been instructed when Narada Muni is going to come back to that consistency. He is going to quickly realize it, how he has wasted life and labdva sudurlamedam bahusambhavante. Manusyam artadam anityam api. Okay. Tornam yateta pateta na anumrutyavat. Very before it falls down, before this body falls down, before my ears working, stop working, eyes stop working, different parts, limbs stop working. So we'll never know. The eyesight will go. So we have to put eyeglass. After that also, sometimes it doesn't work. All this will go on. So before that happens, Nishreyasaya Sarvata Kalu. So it is always available. Syat. It is possible in all lives. This enjoying mentality, Vishaya, Kalu, Sarvata Syat. Everywhere it is possible. Not only human life, all enjoyment is given to all these species of life. So don't try to keep that as consistency and don't try to enamor yourself on this enjoyment. That anyway is given to for every species of life. So don't too much worry. Rather, you worry about Nishreyasaya. Shreya means eternal benefit. Nishraya means completely. Look for eternal benefit and work on that consistently, day after day. And that will actually satisfy your soul. You will be always content and be happy. It doesn't matter what goes on in your life. You will be always be happily situated, perfectly situated. That's also Prabhupada. There's no regrets. So simply chant and be happy. Prabhupada's slogan from the beginning and the last time also when everybody is please remember November 17th, Prabhupada left November 17th. This we should eternally etch this in our memories so that we always remember November 17th, 1977, 7:30 p.m. November 17th, we haven't come. Yesterday was the Tithi, so that's why we celebrate November 5th. But actual day in English calendar is November 17th, 7:30 p.m. Prabhupada passed away. So he has given his instructions till the last days. Everybody was chanting. So he has increased their anxiety for all these disciples, whoever is there, with different. They want him to stay. Prabhupada said, okay, but Lord Krishna's instruction is there to come back. So Prabhupada increased their anxiety. Okay, I'm going to stay. Then he drank the grape juice. He ate a few strawberries. I don't want to eat. He said, I don't want to drink. I said, no, if you're not going to eat, not going to drink, how you're going to continue your life? No way. So you have to drink, you have to eat for us. We want you to stay so that we can fight. So without you, it is very difficult. Then finally, Prabhupada said, okay, all right. So just for a few days to increase that anxiety. Then he ate the strawberries and lost. This is the last. After that, he never took anything. In general, he was not taking, hardly was taking. Here and there, upma, some few times he took from Bhakti Sarva Maharaj and another Upendra Prabhu. These were the cooks. Sometimes he took hot upma, but otherwise hardly was taking, not even drinking juice. Prabhupada likes orange juice, these grapes. So that's what we offered yesterday, grape juice. So these are the things we understand that how the pure devotee of the Lord consistently practices till his last breath. He was happily passing away, no regrets. He asked for forgiveness from all whoever is coming, Narayan Maharaj and Gaudiya Math, so many disciples came, so many God brothers came. Prabhupada, and he was patiently listening. Different devotees coming. He was asking them whether they are eating well, they are having enough prasad, what prasadam is being cooked, and who's cooking, what are the items. Prabhupada was asking all these things. Who has come? I heard sobbing. Ketananand Maharaj came under sobbing. Hari Sauri Prabhu was sobbing. Yesterday I heard in Mayapur Dham there were 5 hours. Different Prabhupada I was giving lecture. Jayadvaita Maharaj was there. Succinct and he gave only 3. We don't want to add anything. You don't want to subtract anything. You don't want to invent anything. Prabhupada has given everything. Just simply follow and preach. That's all. Stay focused on what he has given the instructions. Carry on those instructions with your heart, with love, and give that message to whoever you meet. This was the very crisp instruction Jayadvaita Maharaj gave. Hari Sauri Prabhu has given the instruction about the research, Bhakti Vedanta Research Institute. Prabhupada wanted. He wanted to preach this philosophy. Yesterday was the election. So on that point, is everywhere abortion and whatnot, so many unwanted things based on completely against the religion. The world is going on against. That's why Prabhupada wanted this philosophy. The Krishna consciousness, the science, what Krishna has given, that should be followed. So please make sure establish these books in in Mayapur Dham, world headquarters. Make sure these books are there. All the Acharya's books are printed with the proper commentaries, English word to word, with thorough editing and everything. Make sure these are available so that everybody can take up. This is a scientific moment. This is not a some dogma, something concocted, some philosophy somebody come up with. This is the eternally this process. Bhagavad with the Sanatana Dharma is there for quite some. So this should be eternally it is there. So please make sure these books are available. So that's why they are working on. These books will be there in Mayapur Dham. It is by one speaker at a time, Jananivas Prabhu. So one by one, all of them have spoke greatly. So Prabhupada could understand, pure devotee can know. Wife of Hariswari Prabhu was speaking. She was Hamburg. She was from Hamburg in Germany. She was thinking to become a nurse, a medical doctor. She was profession of that. She was saying she's supposed to come, but from 8 years old, some of the opposite on the opposite building where she was living, and they had Prabhupada has come first time to Germany and did Sankirtan. The Prabhupada stayed there. They did some or the other at that time. She doesn't know, but later on she got to know and she received the book, and finally then she became, the Prabhupada gave the service, uh, taking care of the cows. She wanted to become a veterinary doctor and then see the service what she got. See, based on our desires, like Dromar was thinking, I want to rule the kingdom better than Brahma, even great grandfather, and then that desire was there. Lord was fulfilling. Pure devotee knows that desire. So here also she became veterinary doctor of serving the cows, taking care of the cows, giving protection to the cows and giving the medicine to the cow. That is the service she's taking care. So few devote many devotees it happened. They had something of the material job, profession, different desires, and then Prabhupada naturally could understand without them speaking of what they had. Natural, because this Lord Krishna as Paramatma, knowing it and revealing it to his pure devotee, and then naturally they have been invested with that and drawn into fully Krishna consciousness, surcharged with full potency of Krishna's mercy and empowerment and responsibility. That is what Maharaj Priyavrata was very responsible. He has understood Naradamuni's instruction. That's why he has quickly realized it. Consistency I'm missing in devotion service. Let me bring back the focus. I have wasted enough time of enjoying here and there, trying to increase the daylight saving and so many things. This also has become purpose, but he is realizing. It's not a bad anything because this is the Lord's plan. These seven islands supposed to be there. All these things has to be there. So because there are so many different pastimes are there in these seven different islands, different Lord's expansion incarnates are appearing, different pastimes are going on. So these are for various purposes. It is there, but he has realized it. Actually, I should go back. And Prabhupada also, you want to go back because time is up. Krishna is calling me back. Another planet or going back directly to spiritual world. So that's why he said. So he could extend only few months, few days, few weeks, and then he went back home. Went back, but he left with us his books. That is the most important, and his instructions. Vani is very important by following the instruction. So that is the key. Now let us read. That is a. I want to put that reflection out so that we understand. So as perly after any great acharya's appearance, disappearance, next day we should be very careful. We should wake up because this is the process. After the festival, after the appearance, disappearance day, make sure that we follow the process consistency. Next day. If we can do that, then our life will be successful. If you are not able to do that, that's our shortcoming. We should work on it. Please remember that. This is very important instruction. Anytime you have a Janmashtami, next day, if you are not able to wake up, not able to chant, not able to focus on reading, hearing, all this, we have to fix that. Because that is our reflection. That is because essence is after this festival, one supposed to follow the process properly. That is the point. Radhastami, Janmashtami, Gautam Puja, appearance, disappearance. And these are very important instructions to focus, recharge ourselves. Recharge means we should be ready to take it on. Consistency has to be there. That is important instruction. Let us read further. Two more verses. 34. Duhidaram cha ujjaswatim नाम सनसे प्रायच्छत श्याम आसित देवयानी नाम का काव्यसुधा. He had a daughter also Ujjaswati. He had given marriage to Shukracharya. From her, Devayani came born. That's what has been explained here. Translation by Prabhupada. King Priyavrata then gave his daughter Ujjaswati in marriage to Shukracharya, who begot in her daughter named Devayani. Next verse, because they are the 35 or 36 has a good purport. Yeah, 35. Yeah, with that we'll come to understand. Naivam Vida Purusha Kara Urukramasya. Who is Urukrama? Ubendra. Who is that? That is Bhadvaman there. There is a temple in Tamil Nadu, if I remember correctly. One leg is almost touching the sky. So like that. So very tall deity. That is called Urukrama. Pumsam tadangri rajasa jitasad gunanam. Chitram vidura vigata sakrit adadita. Yan namadeyam aduna sa jahati bandam. नैवं विदा पुरुषकार उरुक्रमस्य पुंसां तदङ्घ्रि रजसा जितसद्गुणानां चित्रं विधूर विगतः सकृत् आदादित यन्नामधेयं मधुना सा जहाति बन्धम्. Translation by Divine Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Same point is coming, so that's why we have took that instruction. This is the essence of Maharaj Priyavrata life, which we discovered, reflected upon those five key instructions of four C's, with adding another C on top of it, consistency. My dear king, a devotee who has taken shelter of the dust from the lotus feet of the Lord can transcend the influence of the six material lives. You could understand. So this is the point. This is the learning lesson. This is a reflection. So which Maharaj Priyavata is giving all of us. We should realize it before it's too late. We don't want to take it up too late. Prabhupada said it. In old age, you can't remove this. What desires we have, we won't be able to follow it. So that's what Prabhupada is stressing. That's why Prahlad Maharaj insisted, starting from childhood, starting, okay, 20, 30, you have picked it up, Krishna consciousness late, that's fine, but now don't delay it further. Apply it consistently. While you maintain yourself, while you're doing work, while you're a housewife, whatever you may be, but make sure consistently this process as well, so that at the end, because nobody will be there in this world. The Kali Yuga, it is not like that. Somebody will take care of us, while we are in the hospital. No, don't expect that. Your children is going to be there. You can't expect any of this. In this today day and age, you can't expect anybody helping us. So only thing which can help us is if we are fixed up on the chanting of the holy name, we can remember the Lord. That is the only thing which can help us. Even if we are in any condition, at least we can remember the Lord and we can peacefully leave this body. That is our perfection. That we have to realize it before it's too late. So it's very important. That's why he's telling here. And he can conquer the mind and five senses. However, this is not very wonderful for a pure devotee of the Lord, because even a person beyond the jurisdiction of the four castes, in other words, an untouchable, is immediately relieved of the bondage to material existence if he utters the holy name of the Lord even once. This is the first and foremost. This is the most important instruction everywhere in every scripture. Padma Purana is telling the same thing. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam. Kalo Nasteva, 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 Nasteva Gatiranida. Brahad Naradi Puran. So many Purans Prabhupada is quoting. Because this age is full of faults. Kalor dos nide rajan nasti heto mahan kirtana deva Krishna se mukta sangha param vraje. Again and again. Parikshit Maharaj is begin first instruction Sukadeva Goswami gives after what is not to be done. There also same thing is mentioned. Eta nirvidyamananam ichatam akuto bhayam. If you want to become fearless, ichatam akuto bhayam yoginam rupa nirnetam hare namanu kirtanam. Hare namanu kirtanam, not just kirtanam, anu kirtanam. That means constantly, every day we have to do it. And it requires a lots of practice. In the association of devotees, that also Prabhupada stressed in his final lesson. Be in the association, cooperate. Be in the association, some of the cooperate, and keep the acharya's instruction right and center and left always. With those devotees, especially those who are strictly trying to follow the instructions of an acharya, please make sure you cooperate with those devotees, especially. By that you will get immense blessings. By that you will be able to take up the responsibility of the guru's acharya's instruction. Otherwise, take up service. Otherwise, you won't be able to do. If you don't cooperate, you won't be able to chant. You won't be able to hear. You won't get the taste at all. You won't be able to do the process properly, consistently. It's not possible, because you need to get the blessings from the great devotees, Mahajanas. Um, please repeat this purport, we'll understand more. My dear king, a devotee who has taken shelter of the dust from the lotus feet of the Lord can transcend influence. That is another devotee, Adikarta Prabhu from Juhu, from Bombay. He spoke first. So he discussed about the Transcend app. I haven't downloaded. My cell phone is always full with the pictures. I have to keep deleting every day. I'm old, so I'm the old philosopher. I still have many years old cell phone. So he was talking about Transcend app, which has everything. They create so much that it has AI and everything. It's so beneficial because Kali Yuga devotees very limited time. You can bookmark it. You can add your comments to it. You can take the important instructions, put a put it in a file, and you can keep it on separately so that you can refer back. So many different features they have come up. If you search also, it will give you exactly Prabhupada's reply response to those questions. Only Prabhupada books. It doesn't. AI does whole internet, but it doesn't do. So they refined this whole process in this Transcend app. You can download it. All of you has a good cell phones at least. You can download this Transcend app if you're not reading, so that most of you not be able to read the book, sit and read. So for me, it's fine. So you can download the app so that you can hear regularly. All the books are there. Most of the books of Prabhupada is there in that, so that you can hear. Uh, if you're not able to read, that is the best thing. That is the best way to associate. But you have to keep consistency. Every day you have to do that something. Half an hour, 10 minutes, whatever works. You have to keep consistency. This process has to stay consistent so that our life will be consistency, and then our happiness will stay consistent as well. It comes with it. All these benefits will automatically come with it if you follow the process consistently. Mm. My dear king, a devotee who has taken shelter of the dust of the lotus feet of the Lord can transcend the influence of six material waves, namely hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and death. He can conquer the mind and the five senses. However, this is not very wonderful for a pure devotee of the Lord, because even a person beyond the jurisdiction of the forecast, in other words, an untouchable, is immediately relieved of bondage to material existence if he utters the holy name of the Lord even once. Where it is mentioned? Uh, is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, another verse. Paribhas Sutra is the 1:327. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and that verse which goes with it is 1:5:23:24, which we mentioned now with the Bhakti. And there is a verse which is giving the result, giving the confirmation that. So how can you say all these things? How that it works? That verse is there in 2:4:18, Canto 2, Chapter 4, verse number 18. Famous verse Prabhupada quoted. Kirat, Hunanda, Pulinda, this whole, it covers all these seven dvipas, as well as seven continents. In Jambu Dvipa, all these people, different kinds of people from different worlds, backgrounds, some are aborigines, some are, lowest, different caste, different, different eating habits, all kinds of sinful activity, everything. Every one of them can be delivered simply by uttering the holy name. Kirat, Hunanda, Pulinda, Pukasa, Avira Sambha, Yavana, Kasada, in Neja Papa, Idupashraya, Shraya, Suddhanti, Prabha Vishnave Namaha. As soon as you chant the holy name of the Lord, Prabha Vishnave Namaha, Lord Vishnu's name, Lord Krishna's name, Lord Rama's name, then one can be purified of all their sinful activities. Uh, provided we should chant without offenses. So that's why we were chanting many times, but still we have offenses. That's why we have to come to Sudhanam. So even the trying to chant without offense also has an immense benefit. We can get liberation. And then chanting Suddhanam will attain Krishna Prema. These are the benefit. So if you do offenses, then all we have to do is continuously chant. Keep chanting the holy name more and more. That we will be able to come out of the offensive mentality naturally. So there is no other. Medicine is the same thing. Chanting of the holy name for every aspect of it. So that we can't give up. That should be staying focused. We should stay consistent with that. Ananda Lilama Vigrahai Hemavati Vicha Sundarai. Beautiful darshan of the Lord Sri Radha Madhav's Panchas, a beautiful dress. Ananda Lilama Vigrahai Hemavati Vicha
The all-new
Sundarai.
Shark powered
Prema Rasa Pradai Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Cheto Darpanam Adjanam Bhava Mahadavag Nirvapanam Sreya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamrita Swadanam, that is quoted Purnamrita Swadanam in this purport. सर्वात्मा स्नपनम परम विजयते श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तनम नामनामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमिता स्मरणेन काल एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशिहा जनिना अनुराग तृणादपि सुनिजेन तरोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना मानदेन कीर्तनीय सदा हरि ना धनम न जनम श्री गोस्वामी की जय, गुरु परंपरा की जय। ना धनम न जनम न सुंदरीम कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्ति हेतुकी त्वयि ऐनन्दतनुज किङ्करम् पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कजस्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तय नयनं गलदश्रुधारय वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलके निचितं वपो तव नाम ग्रहणेन भविष्यति युगायुतं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रामृषायुधम् शून्यायुतं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे शून्यायुतं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे अश्लेषवां पादलतां पिनस्तु माम् अदर्शनां मर्महतां करोतु माम् यथा तथा वातु विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनादस्तु स एव नापरः मत्प्राणनादस्तु स एव नापरः। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु शिक्षाष्टकम की जय, श्री श्री राधा माधव अष्टसखी की जय, गोपाद की जय, गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। Let us look at the purport of Srila Prabhupada here in the beautiful purport. Uh, 26, yeah, purport of Srila Prabhupada. Sukadeva Goswami is speaking to Parikshit Maharaj about the activities of King Priyavrata, and since the king might have had doubts about these wonderful, uncommon activities, because he is such a great devotee, he has received instruction from Narayana, why is he trying to enjoy? So that's why understanding that. Sukadeva Goswami reassured him, my dear king, he said, don't be doubtful about the wonderful activities of Maharaj Priyavrata. For a devotee of Supreme Personality of Godhead, everything is possible because the Lord is known as Guru Krama. Guru Krama is the name of the Lord Vamandev, who performed the wonderful acts of occupying three worlds with three footsteps. One, he covered the earthly planet. Second, he covered all rest of the planets. He touched the top layer. Then Ganga started flowing. That's how Ganga came. Lord Vamandev requested three places of land from Maharaj Bali, and when Maharaj Bali agreed to grant them, the Lord immediately covered the entire world with two footsteps. For his third step, placed on his third step, he placed his foot upon Bali Maharaj's head. Sri Jijev Goswami says, Chalaya se Vikramane Bali Madhutavamana Padanaka Nirajanita Janapavana Keshamadrta Vamana Rupam Jay Jagadisha Hare. All glories to Lord Kesava, who is the controller of Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva. Huh? Um, Ka Isha and Va. Ka means Brahma, Isha means Lord Shiva. Va, one is the controller of the all. Who assumes the form of dwarf, O Lord of the universe, who takes away everything inauspicious for the devotees. Oh, wonderful Vamandev, you tricked the great demon Bali Maharaj. Uh, Bali Maharaj, by your steps. Sometimes for pure devotee also tricks, so that he can come, come to the shelter of the Lord. So for your good benefit. So that's why we have to remember that Prabhupada and the Lord is our ever well wisher. So that we have to remember. And that's why they always want us to get the eternal happiness. We're trying to get temporary happiness, but they want us to. So that's why they are trying to wake us up, trying to tell us to somehow or other consistently follow the process, despite you may have busy schedules and busy things, so many things. Somehow or the other, keep it. Yena tena prakara, mana Krishna. Somehow or the other, keep the mind in the center of at the lotus feet of Krishna and the holy name. That we can forget. Similarly, a devotee who has taken shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord can do also wonderful things, unimaginable to a common man. By the grace of the dust of the lotus feet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore teaches us to take shelter of the Lord's lotus feet. This is the verse we chanted. Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam budo krupaya tava pada pankaj sthita dhuli sadrisam vichintaya. O son of Nanda Maharaj, I am your eternal servant. Yet somehow or the other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms of your lotus feet. Lord Chaitanya teaches us to come in touch with the dust of the Lord's lotus feet. For them, there will be undoubtedly be all success. So this is there in throughout Srimad Bhagavatam. This is there. Another place, chapter 4 also. This verse is there. Verse number 40 from chapter 12. Samsara Sindhum Mati Dustaram Udit to shore. Samsara Sindhum. This is the ocean of this material life. Human life is especially in Kali Yuga. This is a big difficulty. Ati Dustaram. Not even though Ati means very difficult. Na anya plava bhagavata purushottama, na anya plava. There is no other boat other than the lotus feet of the Lord. Bhagavato purushottamasya. Leela Kata, then what we have to do? Leela Kata Rasa Nishevanam Mantarena. Only we shall praise Leela Kata. Lord's Leela Kata Rasa. One has to develop taste. Nishevanam. Nishevanam completely devoid of all the material quality, material tendency thinking. Nishevanam Antarena. Pumso Bhaved Vivida Dukkha Dava Arditasya. Then he can come out of this Dava fire of this material like this samsara Sindhu. Pumso Bhavet. Otherwise, there is no possibility. For a person who is suffering in the fire of countless miseries and who desires to cross the insurmountable ocean, insurmountable, there is no way one can counteract. Doesn't matter, you may be big karmi, big gnani, big scholar, you have so many bungalows, so many cars, you may have hundreds of things, but you may be great yogi, but there is no possibility. It is insurmountable. You cannot counteract your karma. It is not possible by ordinary means. Only if you take to the exception process of bhakti, then you can counteract your karma, which is already been ordained. You are supposed to suffer or enjoy in this world, in this life or next lives. That can only be stopped only if you take to the process of bhakti. Otherwise, it's not possible. That's why it's mentioned here. To cross the insurmountable ocean, there is no suitable boat except this is exception process. That of cultivating devotion to the transcendental taste for the narrations of the Supreme Personality of God past tense. Hmm? Prabhupada read, although it is not possible to completely describe the pastimes of the Lord, even a partial appreciation can save one from the unbearable miseries of material existence. The fever of material existence can be removed only by the medicine of the holy name and the pastimes of the Supreme Lord, which are perfectly narrated in Srimad Bhagavatam. Again and again being stressed. So that's those four C's we have to remember. We'll conclude with that. I have to read 2 lines at least from the final words. Because of the material body, every living entity in this material is always disturbed with Sadguna, 6 waves, which is mentioned in the earlier. So that's what we're reading in the hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, invalidity, and death. Furthermore, another Sadguna are the mind and 5 senses. They are the ones who are pulling away from the Lord. Not to speak of sanctified devotee, even as Chandala or outcast who is untouchable, is immediately freed from the material bondage. Examples are there. Valmiki is one of them. If you utter the holy name of the Lord even once, Ajamil, 6th canto, another example, he performed abominable activities, so many, but he could contract immediately as soon as he chanted Narayana. Sometimes caste Brahmanas argue that unless one changes his body, you cannot be accepted as Brahmana, but that's not the case in Ajamil's case, or many cases, Chandalas, Brugari, Hunter is not a Brahmana. For since the present body is obtained as a result of past actions, one who has in the past acted as a Brahmana takes birth in a Brahmana family to that extent. Jagai Madai was coming from Brahmana family. These dacoits, other day, Guruma was giving class to the Chopati devotees. He was talking about this dacoit. He was giving Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. Dacoits were ready. They are Brahmana. They are giving their history. What was their previous? They are born Brahmana, but they engage in all kinds of, you name it. There's nothing which we didn't do. I don't know how many we did committed sinful activities, all that we have done. But by your causeless mercy, now we realized it. By how much we wasted our life, we realized it. Please save us. Lord Nityananda Prabhu has given his full mercy. Because everybody said, no, no, no. Because after, you may accept now, but tomorrow onward, again, they will do that. Prabhupada also. Prabhupada, that's why he's carrying the Nityananda Prabhu's potency. A few times it happened, with not just one. In Bombay, it happened. In Vrindavan, it happened. In few other places also, it happened. These thieves. He came and started coming to temple regularly. He started chanting. Prabhupada said, a devotee said, no, Prabhupada, he's a thief. He's a thief. And Prabhupada said, okay, I want to make sure, get a assurance from him that he will not do this stealing business again. They said, okay, I will not do it. Then he was following. And then after some time, so then he started again. And again, he was warned. And next time he does that, probably call the police. Duty. Because we tried, we gave choice, we gave time. So we gave him choices, but he still doesn't. There's nothing much you can do. Relieve him. It happened like that few times. Uh, so what to do? This is the mercy of Lord Nityananda Prabhupada is carrying. Because that's what his Guru Maharaj wanted, that's what Lord Chaitanya wanted. So that's why they're carrying the responsibility. It's not easy. It's the most difficult task what Prabhupada has taken. It's in giving the exception process, insurmountable karma has to be checked. Imagine, Guru has the capacity, Acharya has the capacity to counteract your karma. He has the capacity, provided one is taking his shelter. then he has a capacity to completely take away your karma, nullify it. He has a capacity. But we have to ready to take responsibility and take results, then he can do that. Therefore, they contend without such a Brahmanical body, one cannot be accepted as a Brahmana. Herein it is said that, however, that even Vidura, Vigata, or Chandala, fifth class, Antaj VP, utters the holy name even once, being freed means that he immediately changes his body. Sanatana Goswami confirms that. This is a famous verse. Yata kanchanam yati, kamsa rasa vidanata, tata diksha vidanena dvijatvam jayate. Those are gold merchants, those are come from that background, they know how to make gold. You add a copper. So just like how to make gold is been mentioned. Take the copper, mercury with sulfuric acid to the chemical process to cleanse that, then you can make gold out of it. So that same way, Chandala, or it could be any background, by simply taking the process of this chemical process, like the scientific process of Krishna consciousness, then any walk of life, doesn't matter what type of body you have, everything can finish and very quickly you can perfect, you can become a pure devotee of the Lord, and you can go back home, back to Godhead. So that is the key instruction Maharaj Priyavrata is giving. Chapter number 7, Prabhupada Lilamrita, volume number 6, chant Hare Krishna and fight. Then a good and bad, there is a good and bad in every place, said Prabhupada. Krishna says, Manushyanam Sahasresh, out of thousands of persons, kindly anyone, hardly anyone is interested in perfecting his life. This is Kali Yuga. This is what we are talking about. That's why consistency is needed. We have to realize it before it's too late. They walked on, and Sri Prabhupada said, no more about it. Speaking instead of materialistic household life, in which the chief pleasure is sex. Beyond these abominable sex pleasures, he said, was the full satisfaction of spiritual life. Prabhupada walked for half an hour and then turned around and began walking back, wanting to return to the temple by 7 just in time. Everything consistent. Prabhupada exactly. Every day, same time, whole life, we follow that. Everything, every day, same time. And we should also try. At least something we should try. At least waking up, chanting, reading. Some things we have to stay focused. The consistency, we have to keep changing, keep adjusting it. That's our life. That should be our reflection. And our Acharya's appearance, this appearance festival comes, means we have to reflect what we are able to do properly, what we are not able to do properly. We have to reflect, we have to pray, submit, and bring it back, the focus. That's why these festivals are there. These important days are there for that purpose only, to bring back and recharge ourselves, bring back the focus. So that we can perfect our life in this life itself. That is the point. Prabhupada began talking about the importance of satsanga, association with devotees. Dr. Patel equipped. Instead of doing satsanga, people go to Kumbh Mela. He laughed as if it were a good joke. But Prabhupada corrected him. No, he said Kumbh Mela is satsanga. If you go to Kumbh Mela to find a man of knowledge, then your Kumbh Mela is right. Otherwise, yatir the buddhi selile na karijit eva gokara. If one thinks that the selila, the water is just lake, a bath, the water in Kumbh Mela, then he's a gokara, cow or an ass. But if he thinks now there is an assembly of so many saintly persons, let me take the advantage of their knowledge, then he is intelligent. Ever since Prabhupada has arrived in Bombay, he had been questioned about the upcoming Kumbh Mela as Allahabad. Prabhupada instructing him, chant and fight. So again and again. Print books and sell and spend. And said, follow this policy and distribute this book. This is our main preaching. Somehow or the other, we must take our books door to door and distribute. Then our preaching is successful. Anyone who will read will get some benefit, that is sure, because no other such literature is available throughout the whole world. It is a new revolution to the people in general. When Prabhupada asked for the news of ISKCON's activities in West, Rameswara gave latest details of how Krishna conscious movement in America was being attacked in the courts, pressed as a psychologically dangerous and brainwashing cult. Then Prabhupada talked about it. Regarding the point about whether one our movement is bona fide or not, you can use the following arguments. Bhagavad Gita has got so many editions. Our books are older than the Bible. In India, there are millions of Krishna temples. Let the judges and juries read our books and take the opinion of learned scholars and professors. Um, Regarding the second point about the parents' jurisdiction over the children, here are some suggestions. Do the parent like that their children become hippies? Why don't they stop it? Do the parents like their children to become involved in prostitution and intoxication? Why don't they stop this? They are now feeling the weight of this moment. Formerly, they thought these people come and go, but now they are They see we are staying here. Now we have set fire. It will go on. It cannot be stopped. You can uh, bring big fire brigades, but the fire will act. The brainwash books are already there. Even if they stop externally, internally, it will go on. Our first class campaign in is book distribution. Go house to house. The real fighting is now. Krishna will give you all protection. So chant Hare Krishna and fight. Sitting with Srila Prabhupada in Bombay, Rameswara Swami informed him that the nationwide committee of the professors and theologians had come to the defeat to the defense of Krishna Consciousness Society in the New York case, and that many lawyers and psychologists were sympathetic. It is so much mercy from Krishna, said Srila Prabhupada. Krishna wanted all these things to happen. Krishna himself became important when he killed so many demons, not simply by lying down in the lap of Mother Yashoda. When he was on the lap of Mother Yashoda, from the day he began to kill. Therefore, Krishna established that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead when he was a child, at any age, at any point, all the time. He was proving. He's not thinking, now I have become God. No, he was always God. And that is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So even Krishna was not exempted. What to speak of us? Prahlad Mara was not exempted. As soon as you speak of God, the opposition will come. Jesus Christ was crucified. They are so kind. They have not crucified me or my men. But you have to expect all these things. Nityananda was personally injured. Haridas Thakur was beaten at 22 marketplaces. This task is like that. They are getting everyone in America to ask this question: what is Hare Krishna? Said Ramesa. That is our gain. They are chanting Hare Krishna. So in this way we can understand. It is not that problems we are only facing. Every devotee faced. Prabhupada faced it, Prahlad Maharaj faced it, Haridas Thakur faced it, Jayananda Prabhu faced it. Everybody faces it because that's how this whole world 99.9% is opposition only. They don't want to do anything what is actually truth, what is eternal, what is substantial, what is the real purpose of life. That no one wants to do. That is the irony. Of course, there will be opposition. No one likes to stop their enjoyment. So that's why they will oppose it. They will oppose it. So, but we know the real medicine, what Krishna says. We are taking the statement of Krishna from Bhagavad Gita, from Srimad Bhagavatam, all the Acharyas, Ramanacharya, Madhvacharya, Nimbarkacharya, Vishnu Swami, all the great Shankaracharya, every one of them has given the same thing. The result is Narayana Paravyak. The Narayana is beyond the, we should take shelter of him. That's it. So that's what they all give. This is our. So let us chant and be happy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. With that, we'll stop here.